Hey guys, welcome to Quinian's Budget Crafts. This time we're doing slime. They have a bunch of different perks like everyone else. The real important one here though is that they get rams and they don't use build slots. The book shows a buggy, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 3 buggies. They're pretty cool, they're really cheap, but they also only have 2 slots, but because they get the rams without using a slot, well, that'll work out. I actually really like the paint jobs that are on these, so I'm just going to keep that, but I did want to damage the cars, so I put them in a jug with a bunch of gravel from my driveway, and just shook them until they were all messed up. As for the weapons and rams and whatever other parts, I've got a whole box here full of Gaslands greebles that I've printed out. If you're looking for any of these, just type in Gaslands on Thingiverse. It's literally where I found all of them. I don't know which ones are which anymore at this point. I just printed a whole bunch. So I think I'll dig through this box and figure out what's going to work, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think I got it sorted out. I have a ram on each of them. The little red one here has a harpoon and a regular machine gun that'll take up 2 build slots. I also thought it would be fun to mix it up a little bit, and I have one of these micro machines that looks a lot like the mini here. So I'm going to use that to make an RC car bomb as a dropper. This green one here has the snowplow style ram on it, and I put missiles on it. The missiles do take up 2 build slots, but the back of this car has something modeled onto it that looks a lot like Nitro's anyway, so I think I can do that. And then for this white one, I'm going to use the big barricade style ram, which actually just slots right into this little gap in the frame, which is kind of cool. And then a flamethrower on the top, and I think I'm going to use a turret for that. What the turret does is it just triples the cost of the weapon, so no extra build slots or anything. First thing I got to do is go prime these though, and I'm going to spray a bunch of them silver ahead of time. But I thought I'd show you this, it's pretty cool. The Crafter Square brand, it's the dollar store stuff. Double-sided tape, you can stick that to something, and these pieces will stick to it well enough to stay for you to paint, but like not so well you can't get them off again. So it just makes it really easy to take things out and hose them down without having to worry about, spray painting your hand or anything. So for painting up the weapons, I did most of the stuff in silver. This little missile launcher, I did the background there in white so that other colors would show up better. Mostly for the red on the missile tips, I'm going to have the actual background silver. I struggled with this a little bit and had to repaint a few times. While I have the red out, I'm going to go ahead and do the tanks on the flamethrower. That also has a white undercoat to make the red show up a little bit better. Red doesn't really like to show up very well on like dark gray or black or anything like that. So if you put down white first, then the red will show up really, really well. Use some metallic black on all of the various pipes there. Or pipes and hoses, I guess. And do all the metal bits in silver. I also tried using like an army green or like an OD green to do a lot of the housings, like the missile housing and stuff like that. Figured maybe, I don't know, slime stole the stuff from Rutherford, who knows. And then just dunk everything in some wash. I did not want glass windows on these cars, so I just went ahead and ripped them apart. They're not held together very well. And I take the windows out. And then for the metal mesh on the inside, they got this tip from Miller over at Miller's Marvelous Miniverse. You just use some of that splatter screen you can get from like the dollar store. It cuts up pretty well with scissors, and then you can mash it into place and put the car back together and you're good. For the little micro machine, I decided it needed an antenna to look like a toy car. So I just stuck a little, I think that's like an airsoft BB stuck on a piece of wire. And just stick that into the top of the car. I also have some of these little 55-gallon drums, but they printed way too small, but they work pretty well here. Some like cartoonish dynamite would have been better, but I didn't have any, so I'll just go with the barrels. And then go ahead and black wash the cars. Once everything's dry, you can go ahead and start assembling. I'm not worried about the whole magnet thing, I'm just gluing it in with some crazy glue like always. To hold the little remote car on the back of the other one here, I have these little spiky things. I don't know what they're from. I think they broke off of like a different RAM or something. But I'm just going to super glue those on the back there, and then the car can sit on that pretty securely. And then when you want to take it off to leave it on the track, you can do that. And of course, while the Micro Machine is off of the back of the car. You don't have something goofy looking like it actually has like a mount back there. So let's go ahead and do the spinny thing and explain what each of these things have. These are all buggies, so they have a base cost of 6 with the roll cage automatically, and because of Team Slime, their rams don't take up any build slots. So the silver one has a ram. I think I might put an exploding ram on that instead. It doesn't take any build slots anyway. I'm not sure how that's supposed to be represented visually, like the ram breaks off when you hit with it. I don't know. But we're going to go with an exploding ram just for fun. And then the gun on top there is a flamethrower, and that is turret mounted, making it kind of expensive. But that makes the total cost of this car 21. And then of course we have the green car with of course the roll cage and the ram. This one has rockets on it. There's no like missile or anything like that. Just anything that shoots like that is considered a rocket. So look at the rocket pod on top. And then because the way the back of this car is modeled from the factory, it kind of looks like it has nitros. So yeah, sure, it's got nitros on it. And this one also has a total cost of 21. Alright, and for the red car, that one also obviously has the ram and the roll cage. It has a machine gun, just regular, not like heavy or anything like that. And it has a harpoon on it, which is pretty cool. You can pull things to you. And then on the back there, it has the RC car bomb. And of course, that RC car bomb can come off and stay on the track, you know, because it's a droppable sort of thing. I don't really know how that's going to work because you get 3 ammo with that. I guess after it's been deployed, then a new one regenerates on the back of your car. I don't know how. I guess you could make more RCs to put on there. You're supposed to have 3 ammo with those things, but, you know, Micro Machines versus Hot Wheels, they're not that much smaller. But it still looks pretty cool, and you can take it off, which I think is fun. And this one's a little cheaper at only 17. So that's going to do it for Team Slime. I forgot which one's next. I think I'm going to start sprinkling in some builds of a track that I'm building for Gaslands in between the actual car builds, and I'm going to start streaming some Final Fantasy over on Twitch as well. That'll probably get sprinkled in here somewhere. So if you're only here looking for the team videos, just hang out. Those are still coming every weekly, bi-weekly, depending on what's going on with my schedule. But of course, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.